Well, we have another amazing friend to share tonight. Let's bring on Nina White. Hey, girl, how are you?
Hi.
Well,
I'm good.
Nina is brand new, and so she just barely joined Preschool All Stars. So we're gonna have a couple of new Preschool All Stars coming on tonight as well, because now they're behind the scenes and they've seen behind the curtain. But before we dive into that, let's share your journey. What was life like before you met me, and what were some of the things that you were struggling with?
Well, I met you before you met me, back in April. So I turned 36 years old in March, and I start thinking about my life because you always think you have a lot of time to do everything,
Yeah.
but then like I start analyzing things, and I said I have to do my dream. My dream always have was to have a preschool or like to teach kids. I love teaching
Mhm.
kids. And my always tells me, you have such a way like for them to understand. For my kids, I have 4 kids.
Yeah.
So on April, I decided I'm gonna do this. I'm just going to sell my furniture. So I put it on sale on a Tuesday, and that night it was gone. So I didn't have my basement was empty,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, either we buy another couch or I keep going. So
Mm.
the next day I just because I have like black walls because we have like it was like our basement to watch movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I brought like a brush with white paint, and I painted the first brush, like, and I was like, okay, I started. It's official.
Yep.
And I didn't stop. I the next day I went to Walmart. The paint I wanted, it was $5 per gallon. I just grabbed all the gallons.
Yep.
I just started painting, and that was in April. And I think you had your challenge in April.
Yep.
So I was like, you always you appear on my Facebook, of course, and I was like painting. I was listening to you, and all the I can like yes, and I can do this. And I remember doing the brushes, like painting. I'm yes, I can do it.
I love
But
that.
the only thing that I was listening because I was so busy, I couldn't do the challenge or anything. But I listened,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that was gonna be over. So after 3 days of painting, and I feel so tired. Oh, my back was hurting. So I took like 3 days of rest. So when I went back to Facebook, you were gone. I'm like, where's Joy?
Oh no.
I went to join. And then I let it go. I said, like, probably I'm gonna find her some way, somehow.
Yeah.
So I kept going. I started looking for like little furniture and things like that.
Mm.
And the thing that I think helped it the most was my excitement with my friends. I start talking to them. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna open my preschool. They saw the paint. They saw me like looking always for like good deals.
Right.
And I remember back in I think June, I say, okay, I have some of my furniture. I have it like the walls painted. Now I have to start working my curriculum. And I email you and I say, hey, where can I get preschool in a box? And you're like, well, it's closed. You have to wait. I'm like, what? Oh, I did it the hard way, Then I remember I was in a field trip with my daughter,
Mhm.
and somebody called me and said, hey, do you have a preschool? I'm like, how do you know? So my
Wow.
yes. I was like, how do you know? I didn't say how do you know. I was like, yes. I was like, yeah, my friend told me that you have a preschool. So it was just one of my friends that told her
Yeah.
that I was opening a preschool.
Yeah.
And I just want to know your prices and your times. And I was like,
Like,
I'm in my field trip right now. Can you give me like I'm gonna call you in a few hours? And I was like, what am I gonna do now? I really wish I could have done the challenge. So because I wouldn't have known the prices and
sure.
my schedule and anything. So
Yep.
that field trip was the longest field trip. Like I mean the shortest because I was just
Right.
thinking about what I'm gonna say. So I just
Yeah.
start comparing all the prices on my kids' previous preschools and the things I was offering.
Yeah.
And like I said, and maybe I'm charging too much, maybe I'm charging too little. I really I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I did it. I call her back and she's like, okay, I want to sign my kids. What's your registration fee? Where do
Yeah.
I sign up? I'm like, oh, do I have to? Like, do I need a registration fee? Oh, yes, you need to sign up. I'll email you all the details tomorrow. And
I
that
love
night I was like, okay, I need to make a registration form. I
Yeah.
have to find out what the fee, like all the materials, kind of like, oh, it was it was exciting but stressful.
Yeah.
And then like my handbook. So I started everything. I did it by myself, but it was so hard.
Mm.
Like creating a handbook. Like I created a 12-page handbook. Like, and then I was like, oh, and while I was talking to the parents, oh, I need to add that, and I need to add that when they were asking me
Yeah,
questions.
right?
And then when I went to, and just like after the challenge that we had, I
Yeah.
had like somebody like my first sign up on the 7-day challenge, and they said, um, how can we do an online registration? And I was like, it's different because I don't need that much information. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, I need to write another form. And then it's like, I have preschool in a box. I went there and there was like a registration for online classes. I'm like, yes, it's okay. And like a few minutes later, I sent to them, and it was like, and I just started like looking for preschool in a box, and everything that it took me days to do, it was like in a click. I'm like,
Yep.
what? I was like, I'm doing this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I started the challenge, I knew I wanted that preschool. I wanted that box.
Yep.
Because even though I have like a bachelor's degree in early childhood education, and
Mhm.
I have tons of lesson plans.
Yeah.
I have 5 years of experience after graduation.
Yeah.
I still need there's so many things when you open a preschool that you don't think about,
Yeah.
and a structure and everything. Like if you can, if yeah, it's like just the empowering feeling that you feel here. It's kind of like I can do this
Yes.
because I have I have my preschool. I right now my preschool I have 6 students plus my 2 kids,
Nice.
and like 6 uh 5-year-olds and 6 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
3 and 4, yeah, 3 more.
Uh-huh.
So but 2 of them are leaving me this at the end of this month
Uh-huh.
because they have to go to the special education system.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm fine. I mean, one less, it's okay. I don't
Sure.
want to, because it's hard to find people where you don't have strategies. Like
Yes.
the first 2 were easy because it was a referral. But then I had to like chase them around. I like
Yep.
put it on Facebook, and you get ghosted a lot of times. You're just like, okay, you ask, I gave you the information. Now what do you think? And the worst thing is that when they come to your preschool, they take a tour and they never answer you back. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? I remember telling my husband every time that happens, like, I'm doing something wrong. I have to change. Maybe my price is too expensive, maybe. And it's not
Mm.
expensive. According to your prices, I'm charging nothing.
Right, right.
But now it's like, after I heard you, and you're just like, I'm offering a lot of things. I am capable. I am trained. I I I take care of, like, I try to teach myself or learn from others like you. I am investing in myself. I
Yeah.
need to charge more. So after the first day of hearing you, I went to my website and I went all my prices higher. And like, yeah. And I have my sign up. So I have my 2 spots left. And I
Yeah.
was like, why? Why would that be enough for me? If I have the spot, why? So I use your the Founding Family script.
Yeah.
I just changed it instead of online preschool because that was my goal with
Mhm.
I changed it to my local yesterday night, and I asked my friends from the group because I posted just in one group. I said I'm gonna just start with one group
Yeah.
because before I posted everywhere, even in the marketplace, I think.
Mm. Right?
Um, and I just used one group, and I wrote my friends and say, hey, can you comment and just like my post, like
Love
whatever,
that.
like the same way.
Yeah.
And they did, and it bumped. And after 1 hour, I have 3 people like, we're so interested, we want to be a founding family.
Yeah.
We have a tour and one sign up. So I have just one stop left. I had 2,
Yeah.
and one sign up this morning after I sent them a tour.
Yep.
And I was really fast tour my preschool because I had the kids in my preschool.
Right.
And it was like, this is just one tool that
Yeah.
I use, and it got me like in a night 3
Yeah.
tours
Yeah.
and a student. I'm like, wow, I am so excited to just go. Like you said, do the 30 days for challenge first. Don't
Yes.
try to get everything. So I'm trying to be patient and
Yes.
do
I
it one
know.
at a time. But yeah.
That's awesome. So I pointed you to the direction of perfect sign up formula, right? because perfect sign up formula is how you are going to convert every single tour instead of your previous tours, them coming and then be like, yeah. But no, this is like you set them up with on the phone call. At the end of the phone call, you say, just so you know, at the end of our tour, I'll ask you, would you like Johnny to come to our preschool? If so, that's when we'll have you fill out the registration form and we'll collect the $75 registration fee in cash or check, or card or whatever. Sound good? So we always preface that because then, of course, now they know that when they show up for the tour, at the end of the tour, you're going to ask them that one question. So you need to memorize this now that you got Preschool in a Box.
Yes. Yes. I'm taking notes of everything that the girls are talking. I'm like, yeah,
Good.
I need to look for all these things. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we are so glad that you're here. So, for those of women who are on the fence about joining Preschool All Stars or getting Preschool in a Box, you did this on your own without, like, you had my book. Yay. Right. Did you have my
Yes.
book or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So you had my book and you did figure it out to get 6 students enrolled. That's amazing. But it was a bit of a struggle along the way. So
Yeah.
what would you say to them? Like, why should they join Preschool All Stars? Why should they get Preschool in a Box versus doing it on their own?
Well, your life is going to be so much easier first time, first thing. And also there's so many things that you don't think there is there to help you.
Yeah.
Because I know that if I would have signed in April, I would avoid all the frustration and all the like. I even cried because I'm like, I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to be able to charge more because right now I'm not charging enough.
Yeah.
Now that I know what I'm offering,
Right. Mm-hmm.
And even in my new sign up, I said, okay, I'm going to give you this price, but just for the first 3 months, and then you're going to pay the higher price that
I
it's in
love
my
that.
new post,
Yes.
my new prices.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and they were fine with it because I
Right.
listed all my strengths there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like when I posted, I'm teaching you this and this and this and this. So,
Yeah.
so there's so many things that you can do to grow. And it's not just that, it's just your mind, your expectations. It's like I don't want a 6 students in my preschool. No, now I want more, I'm thinking not just like having it. That's why I went to an online preschool. I
Yep.
want just to reach out more, and it's just I think that helps you, Joy, you and your words and everybody that is always encouraging you. It's like an eye opener that
Yeah.
you have to. There's not. You don't have to be. This is enough. You can always do more. You can always get more, and you can always help more.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think do it because you're going to regret it if you don't. You're going to, yeah, there's so many things there that I don't even know. But yesterday, when you were talking about all the things that automatization, I'm like, what? I need this in my life. So, yes, because right now I'm like
Awesome.
texting parents, it's time to pay your tuition and I
Yep.
have to receive your tuition. And I was like, no, it'll be so much easier. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Just get them on the hub every 30 days. Stripe just pulls the money from their account. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be really nice. So thank
Awesome.
you.
You're welcome. Well, I appreciate you sharing your story and so glad you finally got in after 6 months. All right. And I look forward to seeing your next journey in the next 6 months too. So thank
Yeah.
you so much, Nina, for being here. We'll talk soon.
Bye. Thank you.
See you. So again, friends, she tried to join literally like a day or two after we closed the doors and she could not get in. That's proof right there. We do not open the doors after we close them publicly. I have many people reach out to me that says, Joy, like, oh no, it's the next week. And like, now I got paid. Can I please get in? I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, we closed the doors. So if you're like, because it's closing tonight at midnight, right? So what I need you to do is I need you, if you're figuring out finances or whatever, if you're like, I get paid tomorrow, go talk to somebody and go get some money from them and then pay them back tomorrow. Okay. Cause we don't do that. Like, you got to be resourceful. Cause the truth is like, that's the barrier to entry into Preschool All Stars, is being resourceful, honestly, because business is not easy. Business is tough and we try to make it as easy as possible. But the truth is it's still a business and, you got to grow. And so one of the values that we have as a Preschool All Star is being resourceful, which means we might not know. And this was a good example. Nina literally has that value already instilled into her because she didn't know how to do it, but she figured it out, right? And so, same for you. We need to figure stuff out. So, go to preschoolallstars.com to be able to jump right in. Like I said, doors close tonight at midnight.